This is The Weekly on ClickOrlando.com with Justin Warmoth.
Good morning, I'm Justin Warmoth. Friday was Earth Day, an annual event that celebrates the planet and marks the birth of the modern environmental movement in 1970. This year's theme, Invest in Our Planet, and scientists say the urgency is clearer than ever about the need to take immediate action on climate change and how to combat it. It's something News 6 has been focused on with our Forecasting Change reports. And this morning, investigator Eric Sandoval will explain what's happening on the local level to protect the environment from another threat, plastic.
So now we're ready to go.
Okay. The next time you're playing in the sand in Brevard County,
Trash is a huge problem.
keep an eye out for this.
This is Beebot. It cleans the beach. Beebot is a solar-powered and electric robot that will actually sift through the sand and remove all the microplastics and sift everything out.
Brian Bobbitt is the president of Keep Brevard Beautiful, a grassroots group that works to clean the area's beaches and roadways.
It doesn't take long to fill up this tray full of stuff.
He says in 1 year alone, volunteers here picked up more than 145 tons of litter off the beach by hand. And that's why he says Beebot could be a game changer.
Here's a perfect example right now. So that bottle cap, if no one picks it up, is going to break down, and eventually become little pieces like this. And then that's when it becomes a major problem.
My name's Shell Webster. My official title is the Education Coordinator at the Marine Science Center.
And Webster says she has seen what these pieces of plastic trash can do.
When they're in the ocean, they're looking for food, they're holding their breath, they're diving down to go and get things like jellyfish. And then you're diving down again and you're going down for another jellyfish, but showing them that it looks like a jellyfish.
It's a grocery bag.
Right. And that's why this is, I love the fact that you love this one. This is great. My little plastic bag in the water that just looks like a jellyfish.
So in here, we're actually in our sea turtle hospital.
Alyssa Hancock helps run the Sea Turtle Rehabilitation Unit, where she says her team finds plastic in some heartbreaking places.
So Ghoul was one that we actually found plastics in his GI tract. So all of this actually came from one turtle. So unfortunately, we do see this a lot with these guys. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually really hard plastics. So the problem with that is if it's going through his gut, it's actually going to cause lacerations and issues with his gut as well.
Back in Cocoa Beach, Bobbitt says Beebots like this will eventually be out cleaning 30 beaches across the state, targeting those plastics and working to save lives.
I think this is kind of a way of the future, but we're always going to have humans do the right thing first. And hopefully we would never need to get that far with these to begin with.
And Eric joins us now. Beebot, great technology, fascinating technology.
It is.
This is not
it's
like
fun to watch.
It's fun to watch. It's not like a Roomba though. It's not autonomous, right? There's someone who's controlling this. And this technology is brand spanking new, and it's really making an impact already, and they're seeing that impact, and it's so needed too.
It is, absolutely. And on the autonomous aspect of this, they say it really can't be autonomous right now because sea turtle nests, the dunes, everything like that. But one of the problems is it sucks up everything, including seashells. So the Keep Brevard Beautiful people are having to lug all of this garbage back to their headquarters, sift through everything, and to their credit, they're actually bringing the seashells back to the beach to be with the environment.
But they have to do it this way. Those microplastics are so key. I mean, we see, if you see something on the beach, and you're a good person, you pick it up. You pick up that plastic, you pick up that cigarette butt. But the microplastics, I mean, to the naked eye, it's very, very difficult to be able to find that. And that's what's really impacting a lot of the sea turtles and a lot of the wildlife, really.
And it's heartbreaking to see, just going up to the Marine Science Center, also the Marine Discovery Center, which is in New Smyrna Beach, you see this. And actually the Marine Discovery Center in New Smyrna Beach, they have a really neat citizen science program where they actually enlist people from the community. They go out there with 1 liter jugs. They go and they collect water, they put it through a filter, they look at it through the microscope, and they see microplastics almost every time. Sometimes they're as small as a hair, but that hair is going into fish, and if you eat fish, it's going into your body. And it's a startling statistic that I just read. It's estimated that every human eats a credit card's worth of plastic each week. because of how many microplastics are out there. It's really amazing.
Yeah, that's a staggering statistic. 145 tons of litter by hand. I mean, that. So this is really helping them, and the folks whose passion is to keep the beaches beautiful. Beebot obviously helping out in that realm. Cigarette butts, though, that's a whole nother story here.
It is. That's the number one thing that is found on our beaches. And you know, the danger of that is people think that they just biodegrade. They don't. There's fiberglass in there. There's a lot of plastics in there. They do not degrade. And so sea turtles eat that. A lot of more marine life eat that, and it's killing them. You know
what we often talk about, and you know we should, manatees and the horrible year they had last year.
Yeah.
But sea turtles are right there in this dire situation that humans have created.
It's a garbage soup almost that they're swimming in right off the shore, you know. And the Marine Science Center is quick to point out it's not just, you know, the bottle caps and all the other garbage that's left out on the beach. It's also the fishing line, the fishing hooks. You know, people who are out there fishing, they need to clean up after themselves too. And those fishing hooks can just be awful to a sea turtle, getting stuck in their GI system or even worse.
You know, I'm curious how going out and seeing this firsthand and really focusing a lot of your attention on climate change and how it's impacting the wildlife and in turn how it's affecting us, how that has maybe impacted you or inspired you as you've learned more about it.
Makes me look at the lid on my water bottle totally differently now. I mean, even sitting in the newsroom, if you're drinking from a water bottle, you look at the plastic lid and you go, you know, I picked up a handful of those on the beach. And it really makes you think. The scientists are quick to say the change starts with us.
Yep.
Stop your use of single-use plastics. Go to more, you know, reusable things. You know, I have a Yeti or a thermos like that I usually use now. Just reducing our use of plastics will just make a huge impact on all of this.
And folks can really go out and they can see this firsthand and the impact of what we are doing and the actions of humans, how that's affecting these animals first. And you can go to the Marine Science Center, all these places, it's open to the public, and you can see firsthand how those sea turtles and how they're being rehabbed, what is causing them to, you know, die.
And the people there are quick to answer any questions that you want answered. I mean, if you ask them what's wrong with that turtle right there, they'll tell you the whole story. And they make it fun. All of the turtles right now are named after 90s themed. Yeah. We have a Bon Jovi, we have a whole bunch of stuff. They make it fun, but it's educational at the same time. It's a great group.
Now, another problem plaguing Florida, the state's coral is on the brink of extinction. Coming up, Eric will show us a grassroots effort that's researching the two large threats facing Florida's coral. Stay with us.
This is The Weekly on ClickOrlando.com with Justin Warmoth.
Welcome back. Our focus this morning, the environment and climate change and how it's impacting our state. A few months ago, News 6 investigator Eric Sandoval traveled to South Florida, where a group of combat veterans is doing what they can to save Florida's coral.
All right, so everybody got their gear, everybody got their clipboards.
The group's name is Force Blue.
Oh, have fun, dive safe.
Their mission this day, helping to save Florida's coral by diving to a reef off the coast of Lauderdale by the Sea. The coral reef here in Lauderdale by the Sea basically runs from the end of the pier right there straight across. The divers who are going out today are getting one of these waterproof clipboards. They not only tell them what the coral look like, but they also allow them to document what may be wrong with them.
It impacts you because...
Steve Gonzalez helps to spearhead Force Blue's involvement in the Florida Coral Rescue Project, a collaboration of agencies working with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission.
I am retired Navy SEAL Master Chief.
Gonzo, as his friend's column says, he's been on more than 100 dives to monitor the coral for signs of illness, life, and yes, death.
9 out of 10 times, this is caused by fellow humans. Sometimes on purpose, but mostly unknowingly. Plastics, plastic plays such an important part. Waste, things that we just don't think about until you're underwater and you see the impact of what it has on the coral reef, and then of course on the marine life that feeds off of that coral reef.
We're looking for coral disease, coral bleaching.
Veteran divers came here from all over the state, including some from Central Florida. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Mac Hollins even suited up. We watched as they formed 4 teams to search for 2 big threats facing Florida's coral: bleaching, which is caused by rising water temperatures, and stony coral tissue disease, a waterborne bacteria which can be deadly if it's not treated. Researchers are still trying to figure out where that's coming from.
Do you know if it was stony coral tissue loss or something else?
It was, I can't say for sure.
Divers brought what they found to Patty Kirk Groves, who combined all of it and uploaded it to the Florida Department of Environmental Protection.
We are really, really close to a tipping point.
But she says she has faith that efforts like this may help turn things around and save the coral from extinction.
I don't think that we'll ever in my life be able to restore it to where it looks the same. It's going to always look different no matter what we do. But if we could just bring, especially the corals, back to where they would spawn and have a place to land and grow, that would make me happy.
Great to see folks, volunteers, I mean, just go out and do that, Eric.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, the work that they're doing and what they're finding out is something that is just, it's heartbreaking to think about. 95% of Florida's coral is affected by this stony coral tissue disease.
That's right. And the scary thing about this, the real scary thing, is that they don't know what's causing it. They do know that it's a bacteria, though, and it's treatable. So, when Forest Blue goes out, they assess what the coral looks like. They can send in another dive team that has the antibiotics and go and treat the coral, and in weeks the coral is flourishing again. So it's treatable. But finding the source of it, of course, and preventing it in the first place is their ultimate goal.
And it spreads like wildfire.
Absolutely.
And what's the work that they're doing here in Orlando at the Florida Coral Rescue Center? At a warehouse in Orlando.
You would never know it was there.
It's insane. And so the goal that they have in mind and is to do this and put it back.
Absolutely. And it's not just them. It's SeaWorld, Disney, and a whole bunch of FWC and scientists all working at that warehouse. But they're also taking samples of coral off the coast. They're sending them to aquariums all over the United States. There's aquariums in Omaha, Nebraska that are helping do that. Aquariums in Detroit, places that you'd never think that would grow coral. All of these people are now working together across the nation to try to save the coral. It's really an inspiring story when you take a step back and look at it.
And it's 100% needed. Not only, as you might imagine, not only do sea creatures rely, and this is their habitat, on the coral, but how this impacts humans. Can you explain more about how the coral impacts us?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, when a hurricane hits, the coral is a good place. It's the home for a lot of marine life. But for humans, the reef actually protects our coastline from storm surge, from hurricanes. And as the water temperature continues to rise in the Atlantic, the storms are going to get more intense, more fierce. The storm surge is only going to get worse. And if you have a coral reef that's deteriorating and disintegrating, it's really opening up disaster if we get a Category 3, Category 4 hurricane.
So the disease and then the bleaching. So the difference is there. What are the differences there? Because
stony coral tissue disease is a bacteria, and it's treatable. The bleaching is a combination of the warm water and actually a lot of solvents that come from boats, that come from fertilizers, and the mixing of that really literally bleaches. It's like chlorine bleach bleaching this coral. That's not so much preventable. I think that's down the road, but they're focusing on that tissue disease.
It's yes, humans have caused this.
Yes.
But at the same time, humans can help right the wrong.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, anyone can go out and dive and help out Forest Blue, So tell me about this and where they can go.
Yeah. So the Florida Department of Environmental Protection actually has a whole section on their website, and they have the form that you can fill out. So, you know, if you like scuba diving, if you like snorkeling, and you like to go out to the reefs and look at the reefs, you can actually do one better and, you know, record what you see. You record it on that piece of paper, you go to the website, you set up an account, it's free. You jot in what you see, it's uploaded to Tallahassee. That way they can keep a really close eye on the condition of the coral. You don't have to be a scientist to do this. This is really citizen science at its best.
And it's needed, no doubt.
Absolutely.
I mean, you mentioned Tallahassee, but when it comes to Congress, legislation, a lot of people are asking for it, more funding. What is the latest on that front?
Still waiting.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to Senator Rubio's office not long ago, and they said they are still very optimistic. You know, this barely didn't make it in the last congressional session. Now there's a bigger push, and they're really confident this is going to actually win the Senate and become, you know, law, so to speak, which would basically free up money from Washington, go to specific states that have this coral issue, Hawaii, you know, California. It's not just Florida, but Florida would get a large portion of that money, and then it would be distributed to these, you know, smaller agencies like the Florida Coral Rescue Center, which are trying to help.
As you talk to these scientists, are they optimistic about the future? I mean, I hate to end on a negative here, because it is a situation that everyone is facing, and it seemingly is getting worse, not better. Maybe we're helping it, like maybe not be so bad.
I don't think we're kicking the can down the road. I think there is optimism. Like the lady we saw in the piece with Force Blue, we're really at a tipping point, is what she said.
Right.
And she said, you know, actually the people at Moat Aquarium said it best. They'd rather fight the fight to save the coral and say, you know, we did our best, than to just sit back and say,
nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do.
Now, for a more in-depth look at Eric's reporting on the environment and to watch his latest solutionary story on microplastics, head to clickorlando.com/investigators. I'm Justin Mormith. Hope you have a great Sunday.